Hi, I'm Mona, and if you're here, you found Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot. Today I have a 3-pile pick-a-pile card reading. I have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Today's question is, why do I feel I can't have the happiness I know I deserve? So this is for those of you who are doubting, your hard work. Just know that as long as you're working hard and being virtuous and kind to others, you will find the happiness that you know you deserve. I would like to say that you shouldn't live your life by the tarot. Nothing is absolute, and you are in charge of your own destiny. So, these piles may or may not resonate. If they do, and they're kind of negative, you can turn that around. And if they don't, then you can just move on, and we'll see you at the end for the advice. Once again, you are in charge of your own destiny. You can't let a deck of cards rule your life, I would like to say to my subscribers, welcome back, and to any new subscribers, welcome to the channel. Hopefully we can find some answers for you to come up with for yourself today. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share on these videos. Somebody out there might need it. And I like to see the comments to see whether or not these are resonating or not. Because I personally like the tarot, and that's why we're here today, because I'm doing the tarot for y'all. Okay? So I do have, to remind you, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Once again, the question is, why do I feel I can't have the happiness I know I deserve? So if you do need more time to choose your pile, you can go ahead and pause the video and think about it maybe. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Okay, so this is for those of you who chose pile number 1. Let's go ahead and find out what's going on here with why do I feel I can't have the happiness I know I deserve? Okay, so we have the steer skull. And the steer skull represents silent testimony. It seems to be a stone that comes out a lot for the healing energy sessions. You may have something that you're holding in, something that you don't even know about yourself. Maybe we can bring something out today that you might realize for yourself in hopes that you will do a little research to find out your own answers and come up with your own conclusions. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started, see what we have here. We have the Page of Cups. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Fool. We have the Magician. We have the World. We have the Page of Flamingos. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the High Priestess. We have the King of Wands. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Hierophant. And we have the Chariot. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 major arcanas, and that's like half, the cards here. You might want to have a new beginning. You're trying to manifest something into your life, something that will bring happiness into your world, and it might be in regards to somebody who's very intuitive, who is also possibly trying to also manifest a female, possibly. And we have the Hierophant, which is the card of marriage or union of some sort. Could be in business, could be in relationship. And then we have the Chariot, moving forward in a certain direction. Let's see. So starting from the beginning here, we have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups represents a younger person, messages from a younger person. And it could be in regards to a child, because we do have this fish in the cup, and the fish in the cup can represent a child. We also have the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is somebody who is stable and grounded, you know, rooted. Somebody who's balanced. And perhaps this King of Pentacles would like a new beginning, you know. The King of Pentacles can be a married man. It doesn't have to be. It can be a married man. It could be a spouse, boyfriend, or whatever, you know. And just know the energies can be changed between male and female. So this King of Pentacles may have a message about a child, and he's wanting to start a new beginning, and possibly with somebody from the past. He is trying to manifest something into his life, and you know, this is something that has to do with his future, and he's looking at the future as something prominent, you know, his world. So he's thinking about somebody possibly as his world. We also have the Page of Flamingos. And the Page of Flamingos is like the Page of Swords. So he could be watching somebody right now. He could be watching somebody, making sure, like, you know, whether or not somebody's maybe with another person, right? How they're living, seeing if maybe this person is approachable for this message. It seems that in the past there was some arguing and bickering and fighting amongst several people in regards to this, you know, message of having a child. The King of Pentacles is looking at somebody, and he feels that this person is possibly very intuitive and very intelligent, somebody who realizes things and who knows things, and can't really hide anything from this person. We do have the King of Wands here also. So even though there's two separate kings here, this can be two separate people, but it could be the same person holding these types of energies. In regards to a separate person, perhaps this person that the King of Pentacles has been watching or looking at might be, you know, meeting a King of Wands. Somebody who's very passionate. If it's the same person, this King of Pentacles also has passion for the person he wants to come towards. Okay, so those are two scenarios there. At this present time, the person who's trying to manifest this new beginning is feeling sadness. Sadness over what has been lost, and is mourning, grieving over the situation. Perhaps this person who is grieving wanted to have a future of marriage or union with somebody, with this person who he considered his world or her world, depending on which gender you are. He's actually watching to see if this person has moved forward in their life. So if this pile resonates with you, then, you know, I'll see you at the end, and we'll see what kind of advice we can get from this for the viewer. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and move on to pile number 2. Okay, so this is for those of you who chose the second pile, and the question is, why do I feel I can't have the happiness I know I deserve? Let's find out. Okay, so we have the T-Rex. There it is. And the T-Rex represents the Lizard King. And you know, the T-Rex has always been that of a tyrant. A creature that, you know, pretty much eats up everything in sight that's alive, possibly, you know. Somebody who likes to be in control. You may be holding this energy. But, you know, we can't control everything in the world. All we can do is control ourselves. So let's go ahead and find out what's going on here. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Ace of Peppermills, the Three of Swords, the Chariot, the Nine of Swords, Strength, the Lovers, the Page of Pentacles a second time, Ten of Wands, excuse me, and the Six of Pentacles. So we have 1, 2, 3 major arcanas. We have the Chariot, the card of moving forward. We have the Strength card, having the strength to deal with something, and then we have the Lovers, possibly the strength to deal with a lover. Alright, so let's start from the beginning here. First we have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles represents working on something. It could be a trade, your skill. It could be working on a relationship, something at your job, family relations. But this is a card of working on something. We also have the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles represents an idea, a message of, becoming grounded, stable, a message of increasing your finances. So we also have the Five of Cups here. So somebody here is mourning over the loss of something. It could have been something that they've worked hard on, something having to do with their money, a relationship that involved finances. But you're mourning nonetheless because of this loss. You put a lot of hard work into this and it's gone. But what you're not seeing is that there still is opportunity here because of the Two Cups standing behind this fellow. Because only three of the cups have spilled. So there is chance to rebuild. Now we also have the Ace of Peppermills. And the Ace of Peppermills is definitely a new beginning, a new passionate beginning, new passionate ideas. But you seem to be conflicted because we have this Three of Swords energy. There's somebody in your life that's interfering with your thoughts or your ideas, your relationships. There's somebody here that possibly is putting words into your ears to discourage you, or somebody that's interfering with your romantic relationships, your work relationships, any type of relationship you have, your family relationships. Three of Swords doesn't always mean there's another romantic relationship involved. It could be meddling family members, friends, just people who have to put their 2 cents in to make you feel bad or feel negative, or to make you worry. Now, you're wanting to move forward in a certain direction, move forward and take a chariot ride to your happiness. But it seems that somebody keeps getting involved and discouraging you from having a new passionate beginning somewhere in your life. We also have the Nine of Swords here. And the Nine of Swords is, trying to work things out in your mind, but the thoughts that you're having are negative, and they're sad, and they're keeping you up and making you worry. You can't sleep at night. And it could be because the third party is putting these ideas in your head and making you worry. A lot of our worry comes from a third party. It doesn't necessarily have to be, a romantic third party. It could be just people whispering things in your ear, telling you things that aren't true, telling you things to make you worry. And then it comes to the point that you worry so much that you give up. Why do you feel you can't have the happiness you know you deserve? because you're allowing too many people to interfere into your life, into your thoughts. Okay? That's just my opinion. It doesn't necessarily have to be true. But at this point, up until this Nine of Swords, that's what I'm thinking here. That's what's coming to me. Now, the universe is basically telling you to have strength in this situation, because if you are thinking about somebody that you love very much, it's not a good idea to go to outside sources for opinions, because you don't know the intention of these people. You don't know whether or not they want you to find happiness or they want you to be dealing with pain, because these people could be in pain themselves. And when other people are in pain and not finding their own happiness, they tend to try to bring everyone else around them down. And just because those people are unhappy with their life, they're trying to make you be unhappy with them. And that's not a very good energy to have. That's very low vibrational energy. And that's not the type of energy you want in your life. That could be the reason that you cannot find happiness. The happiness that you know you deserve, because of people who meddle too much into your personal business. And when it comes to the emotions, this is definitely not where you want people to interfere. So you need to have the strength, because if this is about somebody that you love and you want to move forward with, I suggest you follow your own heart and you come up with your own suggestions for yourself to find your own happiness without any outside sources. Because if those people weren't there speaking to you in your ear, how would you make your decisions? You'd have to make them yourself, right? And this is what the universe wants you to do. Next we have the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles is starting something new. And it's looking like you want to start something new with this lover. Okay, because the Page is looking back, and the Page is a young person. You have ideas in your head about a new beginning with this lover and a new stable beginning. You're passionate, very passionate about this person. But I do see that this Ten of Wands is here, and this Ten of Wands is underneath the Three of Swords. So that right there is double confirmation that whoever it is that you're speaking your personal emotional business to is causing a burden in your life. This Three of Swords energy is definitely a burden. You will not find your happiness as long as you stay in this Three of Swords energy, as long as you share your personal feelings with outsiders. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be your closest family member. It's really not good to discuss your personal feelings and your future with anyone else, because it's you that creates your happiness. If this person is unhappy with their life, they're going to try to keep you down with them, because they don't want you to have happiness, and they want you to be just as unhappy as they are. That is very toxic. We also have at the end here the Two of Pentacles, and all you're wanting is to move forward with somebody who will love you equally, take care of you equally as you will with them. And this is possible, but it's possible only if you can make your own decisions. As long as you have people interfering in your ideas and your thoughts and your emotions, it's going to be a big burden to move forward, because all they're doing is telling you things, and then you are turning around self-sabotaging yourself. So if this sounds like your story, then I'll go ahead and see you at the end, and possibly we can get some advice from the universe and Buddha to see what we can do about all this. I'm going to go to pile number 3 next. Okay, so this is for pile number 3, for those of you who chose pile number 3. Why do I feel I can't have the happiness I know I deserve? This is the question. Let's find out. So first we have the Hopi hand. And the Hopi hand represents life, creative healing, right? So perhaps there are things going on in your life. You're trying to find a way to heal yourself creatively, perhaps through art, writing, something creative to keep your mind off of whatever's happening. Let's find out what's going on. We have the Eight of Cups. Excuse me. We have the Four of Rods. We have the World. We have the King of Flamingos. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Hermit. The Two of Cups. The Devil. The Six of Pentacles. The Four of Wands for the second time. The World twice. And the Ten of Cups. Wow. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas. We have the World, we have the Hermit, we have the Devil, and we have the World again. Let's go to the beginning. So first we have the Eight of Cups. And it seems that you are definitely walking away from a marriage or a relationship that you thought may have been what you were looking for, your world. But you're walking away. And it has pretty much boosted you up to be the King of Flamingos. Somebody who is starting to think more clearly now about things. Who's starting to, think for themselves instead of going to others for opinions. We have the Seven of Flamingos here, which is the Seven of Swords. There could have been a lot of deception going on in this relationship. This relationship caused a lot of pain, but it taught you a very good lesson. Whatever has happened in that relationship, you learned from it because it actually turned you into the King of Swords. You're no longer going to possibly outside sources to find the answer. It looks like you're going to start going within with this Hermit here. You're going to start going within and using your own intuition, coming up with your own conclusions instead of going to others because it was others that led you to this not so great relationship. You might have really shared your emotions with this person. Somebody may have told you, that this is the way to go. This is the one. This is what you got to do. And you did it. And you ended up walking away, or they did. It ended. It seems that this was a very, very toxic relationship with the Devil card here. There could have been some codependency. You could have had addictions with this person. It was very emotional for you to walk away, but it seems that you decided to do it because perhaps your health, your life, everything might have been going downhill. Perhaps you didn't have that equal give and take that you deserved with this person. Maybe there was a little bit more of taking than giving on the other part. And you realize this now. You also realize, being the King of Flamingos and being bringing back memories of the past in your head because you want to move forward. You're thinking about someone else now. You could have had a choice between two with this King of Pentacles here. Perhaps you had a choice. Maybe two people were your world and you couldn't decide, and you decided on the wrong one. And you moved forward with that person, and it ended up being a very toxic relationship. And now you're realizing who the right choice is. But this time, you're not going to tell anyone, and you're going to make the decision on your own. You're going to come up with your own conclusions. Because now you know who really was your world, who really was there for you, who didn't deceive you, who was only trying to be there for you, yet you were led astray by outsiders. It shows in the card that that person that you did walk away from in the past is going to give you that Ten of Cups. And you know that deep down inside that they will. Because you have gone inside yourself and you have received messages from the universe that this is the one. So, why do you feel you can't have the happiness you know you deserve? I'm not sure. I'm not sure here because it says in the cards that you can. So perhaps you need to go back into hermit mode for a moment and try to work this out with yourself and how you can go forward with this person who you know is the one, your world. Because the universe is telling us here that you will definitely have your Ten of Cups with that person. If this sounds like your story, then I'll go ahead and see you guys at the end. Okay, we made it to the end here. We made it to the end, and the question is, why do I feel I can't have the happiness I know I deserve? I did notice with the cards that there seems to be a lot of interference in your life. Whoever, any pile, it seems that there's always somebody that's saying something to you to deter you from going forward towards whatever it is that you wish for or that you want. So it does seem that a lot of outside sources are influencing you to make the wrong choices, to move in the wrong direction, to lead you to sadness. It's never good to go to outside sources to find answers. It's good to go for comfort. But once they start saying negative things, speaking negatively about what's going on, all that does is put negative thoughts into your mind. If anything, they should just be comforting you, not trying to tell you, anything negative. Right? So we're going to go ahead and ask the universe and Buddha what kind of advice they have for us today. So first I'm going to start with the surrender cards. And of course these cards have all been pre-shuffled, and I'm going to shuffle one more time. So we're asking the universe, what do I need to surrender so I can have the happiness I know I deserve? Let's find out. Just remember, you guys, you are the creator of your own destiny. What other people say to you, even these cards, even if they sound bad, doesn't mean that they're right. All it means is that you should think about things and make your own decisions, okay? If the cards come out poorly or negatively, bring positivity into your life. Say, you know what, that's not my story. My story is something positive, and let it go. Give it up to the universe. I'm feeling something right here, you guys. All right? I've heard so many negative card readings in my life, and they've absolutely made me so depressed. But then I turn around and I say, you know what? That's not my story. My story is a positive one. You know? You don't have to believe the tarot cards. You don't have to believe anyone saying anything or putting any ideas in your head. The best thing to do is think about your own issue, speak to your heart, speak to your mind, and move in the direction that those two things in your body are leading you to. Right? Let's ask Buddha for some wisdom. What wisdom do you have, Buddha, for those who feel that they can't have happiness they know they deserve? How can they find that happiness? Let's find out from Buddha. There we are. Okay. So let's find out what the universe wants us to surrender in order to find that happiness that we know we deserve. Surrender to your soul's path. What I'm feeling here about this question is that you do need to go within. Any of us that want the answers need to go within. Because that's where we're going to find our answers. Speak to your soul, speak to your inner guidance. Let's see what it says. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. So perhaps you have been deceived in the past and you have found a lot of sadness. But those situations were put there for you to learn something, to learn about yourself, to learn about others, to learn about the world around you. To know that not everybody out there is there for your benefit. Not everybody out there has good intentions for you. And the only way that you're going to find happiness in your life is if you go within and follow your own soul's advice. Get rid of that fear that others have instilled in your mind. Pretty much, if you have gone to somebody in the past, and in the end you have felt a lot of heartache and hurt, if you just can't help but go to them and talk to them, I suggest you do the exact opposite of what they're telling you. Because it seems that everything they say to you always leads into heartache and sadness. So if you're going to go to somebody and ask for their opinion, the person that has led you to the sadness and heartache, if it's negative, don't do it. If it's positive and it makes you feel good, then do it. But I don't suggest you go at all, because any kind of negative words that they say might put some kind of bad feeling in your stomach. And the next time you walk away from them, you're just going to go and you're going to sit in a corner, you're going to sit in your car or wherever you're at, and you're going to ponder on those words. And those words can be very toxic. Toxic for your life. Obviously, if you haven't found happiness yet and all the advice you've gotten was from these people or this person, I don't think that they're going to try to help you to find happiness, because they themselves cannot find happiness, and they want you to be unhappy with them. Take all of these things as lessons. And now it's time for you to go within and start to let your own soul lead you in the direction that you want to go, that happy direction, that positive direction, that direction that's going to fulfill your life. Fulfill it with happiness instead of sadness from now on. So let's see what Buddha has to say about all this. The number 19 card. 1 and 9 reduces down to 20. And next year is 2020. So I'm feeling that whoever's watching this video, 2020 is your year for change. A change for a more positive direction. A direction that's going to lead you to happiness, because you are going to realize that no one can make your decisions for you. Only you. And only you can find your own happiness. 1,000 armed Avalokitesvara. He who looks compassionately upon the earth. Quiet compassion is sometimes the best course. So yes, quiet compassion is sometimes the best course. So you're feeling sad over a situation, and you might be speaking to somebody about this. I'm having a feeling that the universe wants you to have compassion for yourself. You don't need to talk to anybody about what has happened or how you feel. What you need to do is speak to your own soul. Forgive yourself for going through this. Forgive yourself for hurting others. Just forgive yourself, period, for always thinking negative, because that's not you. You're definitely not a negative person. All you want is happiness in your life. And you want happiness for others too, but it seems like others just don't want to receive that happiness. They don't want to receive the happiness you're willing to offer. Because they keep giving you this advice that's such a downer. All the advice you have been given has been pointing you in the wrong direction. But don't feel bad about that. Don't feel bad that you went to these people and they all gave you bad, advice, and it's led you to sadness. Because those people were there not only to teach you a lesson and bring you this sadness, because what that sadness did was teach you a lesson. But possibly those people are also there for you to teach them a lesson. A lesson in regards to trust and loyalty. Perhaps you've lost trust for this person where they thought that they would have that trust forever and would be able to control you forever in a toxic web of lies. We all teach each other in these situations. And if we're aware, if we go within and we actually listen to our own heart and our own minds, the truth will come to us. And we'll know which way we need to go. I am in and out of my mind all the time. But I'm trying my hardest to stay positive about every situation. And anything of the past that I was dwelling on or sad about or hanging on to, I've decided to just let the universe take it off my hands. Because I can't be in my head every day wondering, is somebody coming back? Or am I going to get that job? Or am I going to succeed? So I just do my day-to-day things. I get myself out of the house, go into nature, starting to mingle with other people, getting into groups, meeting others with, similar interests. And whatever I hoped in the past, I just leave it to the universe. Because if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But I'm not going to sit around and wait for never to come. I don't know if it's ever going to come. But I do know that I can move on in my life. And if it's meant for me, it's meant for me. Kind of like that saying, if you have the bird, set it free. And if it was meant for you, it'll come back to you. So I've set that bird free. And if the universe wants that bird to be with me, then the bird will come back. So let's go ahead to the wisdom book and find out what it says about the 1,000-armed Avalokitesvara. Okay. Okay, number 19. Here we are. 1,000-armed Avalokitesvara, he who looks compassionately upon the earth. Avalokitesvara made a vow to relieve suffering and help others reach enlightenment. He worked for eons but found that he hadn't helped others at all. In his despair and with a deep desire to complete his vow, his arms shattered into 1,000 arms, giving him the ability to help many more people. Each palm has an eye in it so that he can see everywhere into every corner of humankind's homes and hearts and find out where he is needed. That is where he gets his name, which means one who looks down. His head shattered too into 11 heads, each one versed in a different form of compassion and ability. They represent the fact that he has mastered all 10 stages of Bodhisattva, each phase dominated by a particular attitude. 3 of the phases are loving, 3 are peaceful, 4 are fierce. Sometimes help isn't delivered with a sweet smile, or sometimes it knows that its gifts are only received through fierce action. His form is bizarre, and his snarling faces confuse us. His image as a whole shows that form and sometimes lifestyle range out of the norm when a human being makes the leap to enlightenment. In India, he is named Padmapani or Lokesvara. Avalokitesvara mantra is Om Mani Padme Hum. He is the patron of and guardian of the Tibetan people, who call him Shinrezi. He holds to this heart the wish fulfillment gem of the Bodhicitta, the desire to grow spiritually. Avalokitesvara's dilemma at feeling like he wasn't helping others is a window into the idea that we, as a small, humble individuals, can do very little to change the world. We somehow have to transcend the idea of a limited existence to reality, become a helper to humanity. So even though I'm here trying to help everybody, it doesn't mean necessarily like I am going to help the world. Because what we're doing here, this is just one person's opinion about how life is. I'm just explaining to you my own life experiences and putting it in perspective to you for you to understand. What I'm telling you is not a lie. It's not my lie. It's my truth. It's not your truth. It's my truth, right? Your truth can be something completely different because you've experienced different things in your life. We're never going to have the exact same experiences. They might be similar, but they're never going to be the same. The best thing for you to do is just do a little research, you know? If you want to go and find opinions, I suggest you find opinions from outsiders, people outside your circle. Because at this point it seems that the universe is telling you that whoever in your inside circle that you are dealing with is being deceptive and not telling the truth. And normally, when you can find the truth, you find it from people who don't even know you, because they have no reason to mislead you. All they can do is tell you about their own life experiences, which are different from yours. They're not yours, but they're their life experiences. And you can apply them to your own in different ways. There's plenty of videos on YouTube. There's plenty of books to read. And there's plenty of people to talk to. But I suggest that you go outside the circle that you have been confiding to in the past and going to some other new people, because it seems here that the people that you have gave your trust and loyalty to are actually deceiving you. And the best way to find the truth sometimes is in the outside world. I used to ask, opinions from a lot of people, and they were all leading me to bad situations. And I realized, you know what? I'm going to start doing my own research, because there's plenty of knowledge out there on the internet, in the libraries, and by asking people who are doing well in their lives, asking them, how did you make it through? And listening to their story. Now remember, not one opinion is the right opinion, because that's each individual's opinion. All you can do is put it together, think about your own life experience and what has happened to you and how it's made you feel and how it's made you possibly not move forward in a positive direction, and find out, wow, I understand what has happened to me. Because you will find that out. It'll come to you. Put all these opinions together and try to apply it to your own life in all these different situations. And then go within. Do some meditation. Ask for help from your angels. Ask the universe. Find out your own truth. Because I guarantee one day, when you're doing well, when you have found your happiness, somebody just like you is going to approach you and say, hey, how did you do it? How did you find your happiness? And you're going to be able to give them your opinion. And your opinion will be one of many that will change someone's life to help them to find happiness. We all have something to learn from everyone, even the people who lead us astray. And there is hope for everyone, as long as somebody takes that step to do it. I don't know, I'm feeling something right now. I'm not sure what that is. But I'm hoping that I made somebody at least understand something. I know you're not going to find your complete answer with me. I know it. And it's a bad choice to go off of my own opinion. I urge you to find others' opinion, but find others' opinions that are outside of the circle that you have been going to, because I have a feeling that that circle has led you astray. Okay? It's just my opinion, and I don't have the answers to everything. I can just tell you what has happened in my life and how I have coped with it and moved forward in my life. We're all going to have heartbreak at one time or another, but we can work through it if we go within. One day you're going to find that person who that you can trust 100% because you feel it inside, because you know it. Because right now probably you're feeling alone and you have no one to go to, and that's why you're here. Well, I'm telling you that there's a lot of people to go to, but go to the right people, okay? So I hope that this has helped somebody out there. This has actually helped me a little bit. Helped me to think about my past and who I've gone to for opinions. And even though it had made me think about something, I'm not just going to go on my own thoughts. I'm going to do a little quick research and then come up with my own conclusion. But I do know whatever past pain I have in whatever situation, if I can't deal with it and I just cannot handle it because my life is stagnant or leaving me hanging in the balance like the hangman, that's when you know it's time to give it up to the universe and just say, God, angels, universe, whoever it is you pray to, please take these burdens off my hands. Please take these burdens from me and lead me in the right direction. This way at least you can put whatever it is that's bothering you to the side and work on yourself. And one day something's going to happen, something fabulous, something fantastic is going to happen. And you are going to find that happiness. And you are going to be the happiest person, or you're going to feel like the happiest person in the world. And you are going to be grateful to the universe or God or whoever it is you pray to. You're going to finally show gratitude. And you'll see that happiness is just going to be pouring into your lap left and right. Because why? Because you went within. Because you spoke to the universe. You spoke to God. You asked for help. You went to others like you. You asked for their opinions. You did your own homework. That's the best thing that you can do for yourself. You may not like to read. Watch videos. There's lots of videos out there. Make sure you meditate. Use mindful meditation, positive meditation. Meditations that are guided. Something like, I love myself, or I will be successful. I am a good person. You know, things like that. Positive, guided meditations. I guarantee that you will find that happiness. That's what I can offer, is my guarantee. If you do those types of things, you will find happiness. You just got to get out of that negative mind state. Because if you stay in that, you're going to stay in this negativity, and it's going to really be hard for you to move forward, and you don't want to wait until it's too late. So, sending you guys the confidence and the strength to go within and find the answers for yourself. My name is Mona. This is Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye.